Welcome to the Call to Cinema. My name is Aaron, and let's put on our thinking caps today and discuss physical media versus streaming. I'm Collector's Channel. If you can look in the background, you notice a bunch of these are TV shows in this area. Over there would be my Screen Factor. Over there would be my Vinegar Syndrome. Downstairs would be my indicators. A whole list of stuff. And this room here specifically I use to do a lot of my reviewing when I review stuff. So I isolate myself in here. So you think physical media would just be it for me, right? We wouldn't be looking at streaming at all. Well, here's the thing: streaming has its place. It's not the big bad that a lot of people say it is. I mean, when it comes to, I do prefer to have my movies and my TV shows and physically. That being said, I have streaming services that I utilize. I am on the Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel. And we pick movies there from specifically from Tubi because we know everybody has access to that streaming service. It's free, and we can all go in and watch the films that are on there. There is no barrier of entrance for films that we talk about. So streaming becomes very important right there. I could pick out a movie tomorrow, and I could get my dad or Malcolm or Maddie or Ryan or somebody on the channel to talk about it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to have the same films in their library that I have in mind. So sometimes when I'm utilizing to do a video about films, I'll try to find something that, if they don't have in their collection, that something is readily available for them to watch. Of course, the early streaming was like Netflix, and since then we had a proliferation, whether it's going to be like Disney Plus, which is probably the worst, alongside of something of like Amazon Prime or Tubi, which I like a bit better. Although Amazon Prime's quality sometimes can be a bit dodgy depending on where the source came from, and it comes from many different sources. As does Tubi, the selection is a bit more varied, and I like that. What I will say is that, why do I have all this? Then why do I need this? Some people don't understand that. Well, the thing is that streaming was never meant to take the place of this. That's what a lot of people got wrong. You weren't supposed to just grab the convenience and say, okay, I'm going to just get rid of my entire physical media collection. I'm going to get rid of all my DVDs if you didn't go to Blu-ray, because not everybody went Blu-ray, let's be honest. Then it was meant to slowly take the place of TV. And to be, because that's what TV was. You could go on TV, watch networks, ABC, CBS, Fox, the movie channels, all that type of stuff, and see stuff that you wanted to see. See exclusive TV shows depending on the network that you're watching. Sound familiar? See movies, not always uncut though, sometimes censored and truncated. Starting to sound familiar? That happens on streaming. That's one of the issues that came with streaming. The only way you're going to know if you are going to see, I got movies in here, so let's just pick one, right? Let's pick something super cheesy. Argoman, because everybody's all about Argoman, right? The only way you're going to ensure that you're getting that complete uncensored goodness of Argoman is to have the physical media copy of that film. Physical media is meant to be your outlet of movies and TV shows, stuff that you really like and that you want to watch over and over again, things that you want in your collection that represents you. That's what physical media is. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can taste it. I don't recommend that though. But you can look at these here. Look at it. Look at this. How can you not want? Look at this suit. Look at that amazing suit. How can you not want it? I bet sales of Argoman are going to go up 55%, 60% right now. And that's the wonderful thing about physical media, is that it is there for you forever. Physical media can degrade after a time as well. So maybe I should buy myself a second copy of Argoman. I'll do that right after this video. But it lasts longer. Blu-rays will last as long in physical media formats, even longer lasting than 4K. So when somebody tells you that 4K is the ultimate, sometimes picture-wise and sound-wise, that can be true. But if you want your favorite movie to last as long as humanly possible, then yeah, you might want to get that 4K that's going to last you for like a few years. But you might want to have that Blu-ray 4K release so that it'll last you just a bit longer. Now, has streaming hurt physical media? Of course it has, because a lot of people looked at it and thought, "Oh my God, this is where I should go." And a bunch of people went out and sold all the physical media. Said, "Okay, I've got Netflix now. Disney's going to come out with their own stuff. Oh my God, I can get rid of my Disney stuff right now. And then they started to realize that everything doesn't come on streaming services. Not everything's there. Not everything is uncensored there. Not everything stays there. Not everything comes there and goes, and not everything goes to another streaming service like you think it's going to. And then the people go, well, let's hit the world, like let's hit the seas, the digital seas of piracy, which we don't talk about piracy. Oh no, but it's a thing and it happens, and we've all had that show or movie or music that's just not available in a physical format that you're trying to find in some way, and eventually the only way you can find it is through some like exclusive torrented website type thing, that type of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. You've been there. But that in itself can be dodgy. There are viruses. There are so many things. Somebody might say, hey, why don't you just get a Plex server? I am geeky. I am super. I got my comics, got my video games, I got my movies. I'm a tech guy, and I do actually have the ability to set up a Plex server. I've done that before, but I'm not that dedicated that I'm going to be setting up a Plex server or setting up or getting one of the other servers and actually doing everything in my movie library. Ain't happening. There is no way that I'm going to be doing that. I will take some of my stuff that I got in my collection on DVD, like maybe I wanted Argoman, for instance, put it there. Maybe put it there a couple times just in case, so I don't miss it, and put it onto a server so that I got it and I can watch it anywhere. So I could be, because I travel a lot. This is called a Cinema International, which doesn't always get said at the end of it. It's just a little bit long, right? But I'm from Canada. I live in Morocco and I travel around Europe a bit, specifically Spain, London, Paris, areas like that. But I want to go to Italy, hopefully in the next year or two. So I'm on the go, and I can't always take my movies with me, but I can take my computer with me. I can take my tablet or my iPad or my phone or my other phone. And with that, I may say, I want to watch a movie. I'm taking a flight. Usually my flight to Italy, a flight to Spain is maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours long. So I want to watch something along the way before I get to Malaga. I take my tablet, and right there I go into there and I say, wow, look at that. I brought Argoman over so I can watch that. And I know that for the next, how long is this movie? 93 minutes. 93 minutes. I can be fascinated and drawn into the amazing world of Argoman. Streaming is not meant to take the place of physical media. Physical media is its own beast, much in the way that somebody that reads can have a nice library of books and still have a Kindle or a Kobo because you want to go to the beach. You want to take something on a longer trip, and maybe a big, thick book, maybe an omnibus, maybe you're a comic reader like me, maybe something like a Conan omnibus is just not compact enough. And Conan hasn't quite made its way to the to some of those smaller formats yet. It actually has, but we're pretending that it hasn't. It's meant to be for convenience, like television was meant to be for convenience. Like you can turn on TV, and you're not going to get everything. The choice is not going to be as wide, it's not going to be as varied, it's not going to be, everything is not going to be there. But you get some stuff. You get a taste, a sampling of some things that you like, and some things that you may not be interested in. And other things that you'll try to watch, and some of it you'll actually find that you like, and some of that you don't. Much like in physical media, when the criterion set comes up, and you blind buy stuff. That, my friends, has my quick chat on streaming versus physical media. Everything has its place. Neither one has to be the enemy of the other. And you can have streaming and physical media. It's not, you won't, your world won't explode. It's okay. One does not have to be you don't have to go all in on either one of these. There's a lot of stream services, and at this point, they've gotten so expensive that a lot of people are going back to that had gotten rid of physical media or had never been into physical media. There's a whole generation that never grew up with this stuff. They didn't grow up with stuff like that. They didn't have these cool like crusade sets or anything like that to go on. They went with whatever was available on physical media. And see, as an older person, look at the gray in my beard. We'll call it silver. As an older person, I grew up pre-physical media. So I had TV. And eventually, when physical media came around and I was brought into that world, I was like, this is the choice, the options. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. And now there's a whole generation that streaming is it's their cable TV. It's their thing. And they're slowly finding out that physical media is also a really great option. We can work hand in hand. Now, I do feel a little bad for TV right now because either streaming's gotta collapse in and of itself and just become completely bad and generic, or TV has to, because they both can't go at the same rate that they're going at right now. A lot more the TV channels are going towards having streaming sites, NBC and Peacock and HBO Go, and which is it called HBO Go anymore? It's just called Go. It's called Max. I can't remember. I can't keep up with these names. But hopefully they can all work hand in hand so that us, the consumers, can have a good time no matter what we choose, or if we decide to choose, or like me, we get on that fence and say, okay, I'll have a little bit of this streaming, I'll take a little bit of this TV, I'll take a lot of this physical media, and that's my potpourri. That's my style. So what's your style? Let me know in the comments section down below, and I will see you next time. My name is Aaron. This is The Call to Cinema, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Oh God. Subscription sloth here. Just want to remind you that I know in the summertime especially it can be super warm and lazy. But if you're liking this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to go that step farther and join the Patreon, there's a link for that down below. You can super sticker, super chat, or donate. But above all, just lie back and enjoy the video, because that's what I'm going to do.